Hey, how's it going everyone? Leroy here, and welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts. This is a channel where we talk about the different countries, cultures, and people from all around the world. Now, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any new videos like this. And also, while you're at that, hit that like button. So let's just jump right into everything. So how do we determine how rich a country is when compared to others? Of course, the key indicator here is the GDP per capita, which is a total of the goods and services produced by a nation during a year divided by its total population. This shows how rich citizens are on average, but unfortunately it does not take into account the difference in the cost of living in the various parts of the world. So for the most accurate measurement, the GDP based on purchasing power parity, which is known as the GDP PPP per capita, this is used for more accurate numbers. It calculates the value of goods and services produced in each country as if they were sold at US dollar prices. So then we compare the nations with different standards of living by measuring the GDP PPP per capita in international dollars equivalent to the US dollars, and that's what we're doing here to find out which of the Muslim nations are the richest of all. I'm ranking this video from 10 all the way down to 1 being the richest, of course. First up, we have the country of Iran with a GDP of $18,505. The economy of Iran is a mixed and transition economy with a large public sector. When on the world scale, it's the world's 18th largest by purchasing power parity, and roughly 60% of the economy is centrally planned. At number 9, we have Turkey. Turkey's GDP is $27,394. The economy of Turkey is defined as an emerging market economy, and Turkey is among the world's most developed countries according to the CIA World Factbook. Turkey is also defined by economists as well as political scientists as one of the world's newly industrialized countries. Next up, we have the country of Malaysia with a GDP of $32,455. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country that occupies part of the Malay Peninsula and the island of Borneo. It's known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay as well as Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences. It's like a melting pot of all of them. Pretty fascinating place. In any case, the capital, Kuala Lumpur, is home to the colonial buildings, busy shopping districts such as the Bukit Bintang, as well as a bunch of different skyscrapers like the very well-known Petronas Twin Towers. Oman follows Asia in this episode, and their GDP is at $46,476. Oman's reserves of petroleum totals about 5.5 billion barrels. Natural gas has increased a lot due to the development of gas fields. Oman's natural gas reserves are estimated at 849.5 billion cubic meters, and this ranks it 28th in the entire world. Oman's mineral resources include copper, gold, as well as zinc and iron. And then several industries have popped up around them as part of the national development process, which has provided many jobs for the people of Oman and has contributed greatly to the nation's GDP as well. And the citizens of Oman, they really have a good life over there in comparison to other countries and their living standards. Bahrain comes in at number 6 with a GDP of $50,868. Bahrain is regarded as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire Arab world. So back in 2008, the country was named the world's fastest growing financial center by the City of London's Global Financial Centers Index. And Bahrain's banking and financial sectors have benefited from the regional boom driven by a demand for oil. And with that said, petroleum is Bahrain's most exported product. Aluminum is considered as the second most exported product, followed by finance and construction materials. Alright guys, so we're halfway in this episode. We have 5 more nations to look at. But before we do that, I'm just taking a quick break to let you know that we have a playlist actually dedicated to videos just about Islam. So if you're new here to FTD Facts, or maybe you've seen our videos but don't really know about our playlist, we have a lot of playlists, but this specifically, this one about Islam, has videos about Islam. You know, we go into the culture, the different practices, military power of Muslim nations, things like that. So I highly recommend you watch that if you want to continue to expand your knowledge. I'll have a link down below in the video description, as well as I'll have it in the card section of this episode. And also I'll throw in an annotation at the end screen of this video so you can find the link to the playlist there as well. It's actually one of our most popular playlists here on FTD Facts, so yeah, you'll definitely learn a lot when you watch those episodes. Halfway in at number 5, we have Saudi Arabia with a GDP of 56,817. Saudi Arabia has the world's second largest oil reserves, and oil accounts for more than 95% of exports and 70% of government revenues. It also has the world's 6th largest natural gas reserves, and the country is planning to launch 6 economic cities. And these cities are planned to be completed by the year 2020. The 6 new industrialized cities are intended to diversify the economy of Saudi Arabia. So, who comes in at number 4? We got the country of Kuwait. Their GDP is 67,969. Kuwait is a country that has a population of about 3.5 million, and Kuwait is one of those countries that are known by a lot of people, but also at the same time not known by a lot of people. But Kuwait has crude oil reserves of 104 million barrels, and that's estimated to be 10% of the world's reserve. Kuwait's oil production is expected to increase to 4 million barrel units by the year 2020. There are other major industries including shipping, as well as construction and financial services. And this country has also a well-developed banking system, and the National Bank of Kuwait is the largest bank in the country and one of the largest in the entire Arab world. So of course you knew that the United Arab Emirates had to be in this episode, but they come in at number 3. The UAE's GDP is 70,474. So when we look at the UAE, we see that it really relies a lot on its oil and gas for about 25% of the GDP of the country. In United Arab Emirates, petroleum and natural gas exports plays an important role in the economy, especially in Abu Dhabi. There is a massive construction boom as well as an expanding manufacturing base that's really helping the country diversify its economy. So we have not much to say about number 2, but this country is a country of Brunei. Brunei's GDP is 83,777, and this is a country with a small yet wealthy economy that's a mixture of foreign as well as homegrown entrepreneurship. Also included in there are government regulation as well as welfare measures and traditions. All contribute to having Brunei be a wealthy and thriving nation. But they are not rich enough to take the number 1 spot, and that goes to the country of Qatar. This Gulf state, with a population of nearly 2 million, tops this list of the world's richest Muslim countries. This country is recognized as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire world, and the main cause for the country's amazing rapid growth, it's really contributed to ongoing increases in production and exports of natural gas, as well as oil and petrochemicals. Qatar will also host the 2020 FIFA World Cup, and it's also running for the 2020 Olympic Games. This country has been a high-profile investor in recent history, and the government is also pouring a lot of money into its own infrastructure, including a deep water seaport, as well as an airport and railway track, to make the country a better host for the 2022 World Cup Games. So those are the richest Muslim countries in the world. Let me know if you have anything to add or anything that you want to say about anything that I mentioned in this episode. Sound off below in the comments section. And before I get out of here, this episode of FTD Facts is brought to you by Grammarly.com. Grammarly is a leading software in improving your written grammar skills. Grammarly is preloaded with thousands of grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, typos, sentence structure mistakes that people make on a regular basis without even knowing. We use Grammarly every single day here at FTD Facts. I have no idea what we would do without it. So I have the link down below where you can install Grammarly for free. You can try it out and use it, and if you really love it, which I definitely know you will, you can purchase the upgrade for even more features. Again, the link to Grammarly.com is down below, and you can start trying it out for free today. Alright everybody, so that's all I have for you in this episode. Thank you so much for watching. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to see you next time in the next episode. Who knows what we'll be talking about, but I look forward to reading all of your comments. Okay guys, so that's it for me. I'm done, and I'll see you soon, sooner than you think. Alright guys, later. Hey everyone, for those of you who want to continue learning right now, here's that playlist that I recommend. We also have episodes about other topics, so here's another suggested video with more videos that you can use to expand your knowledge. And be sure to tune into FTD Facts every single day for more educational episodes.